On this episode of the Star Wars Time Show, Friday edition that is, we're going to talk Battlefront II updates, Galaxy of Heroes new modes, Galaxy's Edge going reservation lists, as well as a new look at Kylo Ren's helmet, and of course, everyone's favorite segment, at least in fandom, the top 5 Star Wars artists of the week. Here we go. Hey now everyone, welcome back to, yes, it is a Friday show edition of the Star Wars Time Show. That's our favorite type of show to do. You heard the announcer, who may just be myself. It could be a doppelganger. You never know. But now you know what we're going to talk about. So Nick and I are going to get right into it because that's what we like to do. We talk Star Wars. That's what we live for. It's in our veins. It's in our soul. And by God, we pass it on to our children. So before we get into our first topic that I teased in the opening, I have to relate a personal story that I believe Nick saw on Facebook last night. But this is the power of Star Wars. This is the power of passing on your love for Star Wars to your children. All right. So last night, as I'm leaving to go see Dark Phoenix, which by the way, it's a 5 to 6 out of 10. It's not great. I wouldn't say it's a complete tire fire, but it's definitely, we should all thank the maker that Disney owns the X-Men now. Let's just leave it at that. But anyways, as I'm leaving, so I got a 3-year-old, and if you listen to this cast, you know that my 3-year-old daughter has taken upon herself to become a Star Wars junkie, just like myself and Nick, which I didn't really force her into it. I mean, yeah, she probably saw Star Wars growing up around the house, but it is what it is. She's into it. She loves it. I'm not going to deny it. It makes me very happy. But anyways, last night, unprompted. I've never said this to her. Nothing. Unprompted. As I'm walking out the door, she goes to me, "Daddy, may the Force be with you."
That is
okay.
That's beautiful.
All right.
It's like a
is anyone else ready to fucking
moment.
cry right now? Because I am.
Oh man, that's so good.
Nick, I'll tell you what, man. If you ever have a child, I can only hope that you experience a moment like that last night. I mean, Charlie, we've had some great Star Wars moments, being a huge fan myself and seeing my kid become a fan. But last night, unprompted, I mean, I've never said to her as I'm leaving, "Hey, Charlie, may the Force be with you."
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like something that she has processed from all her viewings of the original trilogy, the Freemaker adventures, whatever. She has now realized that, okay, when you say goodbye to friends or loved ones, it's okay or normal to say, "May the Force be with you."
That's just...
And she put that into action last night on her own, dude. And it's like I said on Facebook, those are moments where I believe parents of young children should wear body cameras at all times.
Yeah. I just, I can't even fathom, like, she is to the point now in her tiny child brain where she understands that, and she
exactly.
Like, that's incredible. Also, the fact that, I don't know, man, just to have that said to you, but like you said, by your daughter as you're leaving, like, how would you
I'm
able...
I'm not kidding. I almost fell to my knees.
Exactly. Like, how are you able to move after that? Like,
I just looked at her. I was like, "Hey, Charlie, that's why I love you." I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." I'm pretty sure that was my first reaction. Like, "You've got to be kidding me," because I looked at my wife and she was looking at me too. Like, "I don't know. I've never said it."
Yeah.
It was insane. I mean, it's just one of those moments, if you're a parent and you didn't catch it on film. I've added it to my calendar as a yearly reminder, and in the notes section, I kind of typed up a diary entry, just kind of capturing how I felt when it went down, and just kind of summarizing the moment. Because again, I didn't have a camera going, and I know, you could sit there and be like, well, sometimes it's better to probably just experience that without holding your smartphone. But I can tell you right now, I would die to have that moment on tape.
I mean, that's one of the, you'll never experience that again. And
no.
Like, people probably won't believe you. Like, nobody's going to believe you
Of course
like
not.
when you say that she said that when you walked out the door unprompted. Like, it's just
Unprompted out of the blue, man. Like I said, no one has ever said that in this family to anybody.
Yeah. I mean, that's
outside of watching the movies and seeing how it's told. But anyways, that's just a little personal story to bring up. And really, people, I mean, that's why we're Star Wars fans, right? I mean, that's why you get into it with the hopes of, okay, if you do have kids one day, maybe they'll like it as much as you. And if they do, you can get moments like that. It's just like, that shit's priceless. That's better than any moment the movies could give me, trailers, whatever, the shit Nick and I love to talk about. You can't fucking top it when you get something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, buddy, let's go ahead and get into our topics. So you cooked this one up. Apparently, we're getting some more Clone Wars content coming to Battlefront 2. It sounds like it's going to be another free update, but go ahead and dive into this one.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is really doubling down on the Clone Wars content. So we know if you've played the originals, they were all released and set around that period of the CIS war, the Clone Wars, and everything like that. So it's not surprising that we're getting more of this content coming out. So the new additions that we have to Battlefront 2 now are going to be a new Naboo map. So Naboo is already playable in the game, but now you're going to have a Capital Supremacy version of Naboo, all combat taking place within the streets of Naboo. So it's going to be close quarters, very hectic combat style. So look forward to that. If you like the Capital Supremacy game mode online, that will be happening. I believe it's already out. I believe it's out now, or if not, it's coming out next week. The next big update coming is there's two new playable units coming out for each side, I guess you could put it. You know, when you're playing Clone Wars content, you have your CIS side, you have your droids, and then you have your Galactic Republic side. So for the CIS side, the new unit is the Droideka. Everybody loves the Droideka. Rolling ball, has a shield, blaster cannons.
Speaking of the Droideka, I'm trying to farm his ass in Swago.
Oh my god, dude. Farming in Swago is like my goddamn nightmare right now, dude. It's
well, here's the deal with Droideka and Swago. I'm sorry to get you off topic. He's at least a double farm, because if you farm him, you're also getting Cad Bane's ship, the Xanadu blood.
Yeah, see, that's nice.
Which you need for MILF, so it's a worthwhile farm.
Yeah, that's nice, because right now I'm in the middle of farming Veteran Han and Veteran Chewie, and that's just a kick.
Those are two cunt farms.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a kick right in the balls. So.
They're the worst, man, because they're, I believe, 16.
They are.
16 Cantina credits apiece.
Yep, that's them.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not fun. So,
anyway,
so we have Droideka coming out. If you want to look into all of the abilities that come with the characters, I have the original post from the Battlefront 2 forums.
Nick even uploaded some motherfucking GIFs to the site.
We got some GIFs on there, so if you look at the post, it'll be linked in the podcast post. You'll see some.
Look at the Droideka roll.
I know,
up
right?
From the horizon.
It looks good. He rolls in.
Yeah.
Brings down the blaster cannons, and the shield comes up. So his...
No, you're right. I mean, that really is one of the cooler droids in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, they're so...
He makes so much sense. I mean, he's got the shield to block the Jedis.
Yep.
And then he's got the, massive... is he just the turrets on the two arms? Or is he...
Yeah, the twin blaster cannon. So if you remember in the beginning of episode 1, they're just boom, 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 blasting away at Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were essentially like, well, we have to run, like we can't.
Yeah, it was an impact. It was a defensive standoff essentially.
Yeah, so they know not to mess with droidekas. They're definitely the top tier, or one of the top tiers of the droid army.
Can a lightsaber penetrate a droideka's shield?
I would imagine so. I mean,
it should, right?
I know that we've seen Jedi slicing
the only
up
thing that can
droidekas.
block a lightsaber is another lightsaber, or some of these fucking vibro blade bullshits that were created.
Yeah.
The Magna Guards had blades that could block a lightsaber slash.
Yeah. So
I don't think these shields could, though.
No, I don't think they could either. I don't know. It's a good question, because
it was just because they shoot so goddamn fast.
Yeah,
that
it's like you have to close on them while they're just barraging the shit out of you with these laser cannons, which makes it damn near impossible.
Right. I mean, they're not like a droid pulling a trigger every time. I mean, they have a turret on their right and left arms.
Yep. and they're some deadly motherfuckers. So they're out for the CIS side of the battlefield, and then to complement that on the Galactic Republic side, DICE decided to add in the TX-130 fighting tank. So if you've seen obviously the prequel movies or the Clone Wars television series, and you've definitely seen this tank before, it's essentially a fast-moving rocket barrage machine. Like, this thing is fast-firing. It can kill, it can move, and it can also take a lot of damage. So that is now available for the Galactic Republic side. So what I really like about this, and like we actually had some pretty quick comments on this post once we got it up on our Instagram, like DICE, this game's been out for a little while now. I mean, it's been out for over a year.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's a sign like, all right, we're kind of moving beyond just hopefully sharing awesome art. And we're actually getting legit engagement from Star Wars fans.
We are. We're getting some good engagement from real Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like one of the comments said, they want to fire up this game again because they haven't played it in a while. And now you have so much content. You have Grievous, you have General Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku. You have these new units coming in. You have new game modes. If you haven't played the game since release, Battlefront 2 is almost a completely different beast. Yes, it's mostly online, so if you're not a huge fan of the online multiplayer style of game, then this probably isn't for you. But if you're just curious about all the new content, jump on, and it's almost like you're in a completely different galaxy. You have so many new
if
things.
you own the game, you might as well. It's not like you have to pay for these updates.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 hasn't gone full on Destiny 2 New Light, where it's just free to play now. But all of these expansions are part of the base price.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet that DICE continues to pump out content.
Right.
For
I mean,
game.
they definitely fuck themselves on the loot box rollout, but I think they've tried to kind of make up on it. Like, hey, if you bought the base game, you're still gonna get. I mean, there's been this is probably the 4th or 5th expansion now.
Yeah, just
This is at least the 3rd or 4th fucking Clone Wars update, I believe.
oh yeah, because Clone Wars.
You had the Grievous entry,
Yeah.
the Kenobi entry, the Anakin entry.
Dooku. Yeah.
Right. So
There's a lot of.
I mean, if anything, you know, Nick and I both made fun of EA for their mishandling of the Star Wars license and just creating Battlefront casino games, but it does feel like on this one, at least, maybe it's a mea culpa, but they are trying to at least pump out legit prequel content, update content for free.
Yeah, and even if we go back in time to around the Solo release, we got young Lando, young Han here. So like we have a lot of characters that have been seen on the big screen recently.
It's just not a game I care to play. It's a genre at this point, being 38 slow, not playing it every day.
Yeah.
It's just why play an online arena game, essentially. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you just fucking it's basically. I know it's not a MOBA, but it basically is.
Yeah, and I mean
online, playing with other people, choosing factions, trying to take down the other enemy shit. It's like if you don't play it every day, and if you're not fucking Twitch trigger fast, you might as well stick your thumb up your ass.
yeah. But speaking of a game to play every day, Matt, there is.
Oh, I hated it today, but now I love it again because it made me feel like I just won a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean there is a big update.
And that's what this game does to you sometimes.
Dude, I mean, there's literally been times in the past where I'm playing this game that I've literally just chunked my phone. Luckily, I just threw it into a pillow because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I can't throw this phone against the wall because it costs $500 plus. But like,
oh, dude. I mean, today, legitimately at the bar, and we're talking about Swago. You guys should know that by now. I mean, it was my top 2 Star Wars game of all time. Nick's number 5, but tonight, literally, I'm grinding through this C-3PO event that's live right now. You got to have all Ewoks, and I was probably, if you counted all my plays from yesterday and today, I was approaching 100 tries. Okay.
oof.
Just based on the requirements, like, oh yeah, you just need this, and I had it by a mile. I'm like, okay, I can do this. 100 tries in, nothing. Dude, Nick, I'm talking like, couldn't even kill one enemy toon before my entire fucking platoon was wiped out. And I looked at Heather. I was like, my hand's still busted. I can't punch stuff. I don't want to break my left hand. I really want to take my phone, hold it in my palm, screen facing forward, and you see the corner of this table? I just want to fucking smash it into it until fucking computer parts start flying out.
Yeah.
And Nick's right. I mean, Nick's, again, he's a Jedi. He's like, I want to throw it into a pillow. Where me being the Sith, I literally was like, is it worth me just smashing this $1,100 iPhone X into the corner of the table so I can feel better about getting owned by AI?
Yeah, but it's not even real people is what the thing is.
It's called, again, if you play the game, you know all the lingo. It's the RNG. Sometimes you got RNG Jesus with you. Sometimes you got the fucking RNG Lucifer.
Yeah.
My God, these fucking events. The C-3POs, the Chewbacca's, the Throns. It's enough to test your sanity.
It is. It really is.
But anyways, I broke through. Took a while. Took a massive remodding campaign. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about C-3PO and how you're probably going to need him to get Jedi Master Luke. We're here to talk about a brand new mode coming to the game that I think is going to be quite interesting, especially if you're a fan of Grand Arena. Again, if you play this game, there's all sorts of modes. It's free to play. I'm telling you right now, no dollars. You can spend upwards of 2 hours a day playing it, so you should definitely check it out. But this new mode we're getting, Nick, it's a variation of Grand Arena, which Grand Arena, it's 8 humans in kind of a tournament structure.
Yep.
That face off over, 3 phases?
Yep, 3 phases.
To determine the final champion, the final losers, and whatnot. But you take your best squads and compete against other people's squads. It's really fun. I'm a big fan of Grand Arena. But anyways, this new flavor we're getting, it's Grand Arena Championship. So what the championship adds to Grand Arena is now we're going to have leagues. And these leagues will be dependent on essentially a new type of, I don't want to call it currency, but a new type of, power skill you can build up to enter higher leagues.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the leagues start low. They go all the way up to the Kyber League.
Yeah.
So depending on the league you're in will depend on the rewards you get.
Yeah, so this is the best way that I can describe this is if you've ever played a MOBA online, doesn't matter which one, Dota, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm.
No, you're very right. This is dead on MOBA rules.
Yeah, so this is MOBA ranks. So the ranks that are available in Grand Arena Championships are as follows. Carbonite is your bottom of the barrel. This is essentially, if you play League of Legends, this is iron. Then you have Bronzium, bronze, Chromium, which is silver. Then you have Aurodium, which is gold. And then you have Kyber, which is the highest league here. This would be like Diamond or Master level league. So basically what you're doing is you're fighting, and every time you enter a Grand Arena Championships match, you're fighting against somebody who is of equal rank to you, and then if you beat them, you get points and you start to climb the ladder. And what's really interesting, Matt, is when we were at Star Wars Celebration, we stopped by the Galaxy of Heroes booth. I was talking to one of the guys who works at Capital Games, and he said, yeah, I'm glad, like, everybody's really liking, Grand Arena, but what we have coming down the pipe is a way for us to figure out who the best Galaxy of Heroes player is.
And this is it.
And this is it, exactly. This is...
Right, so as Nick said, we're now going to be earning something called championship score.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be, you're going to earn it through playing Grand Arena, I believe even through other modes. So the goal here is to get to the Kyber League.
Yeah.
Because that's where your payouts are going to be ridiculous. Really, the fun part of this story, though, is the community comments on the trailer.
I mean,
I urge everyone, if you're listening, to go check out the post on our site, open up the video on YouTube, and then just go read the comments.
Yeah.
Like, here's one in particular, and this is a quote from the trailer, and he kind of puts a new spin on it. Only the best will climb the ranks. And then the commenter says, more like only the ones with the fattest wallets. I love this game, and I'm very patient with it. But more and more, it's becoming more friendly to whales. And whales is a term, if you're in the free-to-play gaming space, whales are the people that spend the money on free-to-play games.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why...
I think it's more like Grand Wallet Championship.
I like that one. I was going to call that one out. Wallet, may the highest spending wallet warrior win. That's a good one here.
It's just great.
Yeah, I mean, basically, here's a good one. Fine print on this trailer should read: rewards will only be given out if you have JKR, Darth Revan, and Malik at Gear 13.
Yeah, exactly, like the new must-have meta.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not trying to scare you away from the game. It really is worth it, especially if you don't want to spend money. And I want to reiterate for people: if you don't want to spend money on free-to-play games, that's fine. That's fantastic. That's why these games are cool. That's why I love free-to-play games. But don't then think it's your right to bitch about shit like this.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to be Kyber League, then you're going to have to probably pay. But if you're okay being, Chromium League, being Bronzium League, somewhere around there, then you just play free-to-play.
Yeah, just figure it out, people. I mean, it's not a hard formula to figure out.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years before I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm ready to start spending money. And that's because I knew if I spent money, I would make more in-game money, which would help my progression out.
Yeah.
But it took me 3 years to get there. But never was someone going like, oh, fuck this mode because you're only going to be good if you spend money. It is what it is. When you're playing free-to-play and not spending money, you fucking take what you get, people.
Yeah, I mean...
it's called, you ever hear the saying, don't look a gift horse in the mouth? Same shit. If you're given a game that you can literally play for almost 2 hours a day for free, that is your price for playing for free. Yeah, you're not going to get the best stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
Get over it. There, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that model.
No, yeah, of course. There are games like this that literally subsist online like this. There's so many free-to-play MMORPGs out there that subsist on people who pay for cosmetics, pay for progression. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Like, if you are a competitive person, then pay up or wait or build your squads the long way.
You're exactly right. It's just like... it's society these days.
Yeah.
It's just like, everyone feels entitled to everything.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, you're not entitled to be first just because you play the game.
No. No.
There are people...
They're free to play for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, they're not completely free, okay? That does not exist in a capitalistic society.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as pure free.
So
get over it. You don't spend the money to get the fucking extra shit, then it is what it is. I did it for 3 years, and I still love playing the game. And quite frankly, I was still somewhat competitive.
Yeah, I mean...
Now that I'm paying, I'm at least making in-game money to make my life easier, quicker for ranking up, progression, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, it depends on where you want to be. Like, if you're comfortable being at, around rank 100 in Fleet Arena and stuff
fuck
like that.
You guys. Fuck you. Let's put a little asterisk on that.
It depends on your shard. Yes.
It all depends on your fucking arena shard, because both this guy and these other motherfuckers I've gotten in this game since I started are all in fucking pussy shards.
Yeah, I'm in a very
pussy
easy
shards.
shard.
Even Kung Fu. Like, I mean, this guy is he is my Swago senpai. Like, I look to him for any advice. But this guy still, because he started a year after me, is in pussy shards. Like, I looked at his fleet setup where he always places top 5, top 10. And I'm like, dude, you would have to fight to place top 20 in mine based on your loadout.
Whew. I can break top 100 in Fleet Arena.
This guy's got like slap dick free squads, and he's still better than me. So yeah. I mean, it all depends on the shard you're placed in, which I think you're better off these days than I was being a day one player.
Yeah.
But hey, in the end, free to play is free to play. Don't get upset because you realize certain modes are catered towards people that may want to spend money.
Yeah, and I mean, this is coming from two people who started playing Marvel Strike Force day one and then stopped playing because it got so...
Well, it got wonky with how they were dealing out the free-to-play stuff.
Exactly.
And they basically said, we don't give a fuck about the free players. We only care about the whales, where I believe for the most part, Galaxy of Heroes has had a pretty fine balance between whales and freebies. I think these days are definitely catering more towards whales, but it's not to the point where I'm going, all right, this is stupid. I mean, they haven't fundamentally changed payouts for the most part.
Yeah, So... This is definitely, again, like why this game was in the top 5 for both me and Matt.
They're always expanding upon it, adding new modes, adding new wrinkles.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth your download, definitely worth your time, and if you really enjoy the game, definitely worth your money. Show these people at Capital Games and how much you enjoy what they've built, and then obviously the money that you pay.
I can tell you right now,
helps them out.
If you want to make a donation to this game, best thing you can do for yourself, for the quickest turnaround in making gems, buy the goddamn Millennium Falcon tunes.
Yeah. It's
not even funny. It's not even funny. I essentially spent $60 and within a day I'm making gems in the game. Where for 3 years I couldn't even sniff making gems.
There you go.
Spent $60, got the MILF. I already had a Rebel squadron loaded, ready to go. Got right in, making gems. I mean, at this point, if I play it right, I can make at least 100 gems a day from fucking ships now.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what you get if you pay a little bit. Like Matt said, he played for 3 years and paid a total of $60. Now he's really killing it in Ship Arena. So if you pay a little bit like that, then you can be in a spot where you don't have to spend money all the time. Like, oh no, I want to get some more gems so I could do this or whatever. You don't have to do it. If you just, if you want to cough up a little bit. But
if you have control over your inner FOMO, free-to-play games are actually fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the fucking FOMO shit. If you can't handle your FOMO, free-to-play games can destroy your bank account.
It's tough for me. Because I've played other free-to-play stuff. Like, this one's not as bad as, like, ones that I played when I was younger, where I was like, oh, my God, this new cosmetic thing came out. I'm going to buy it. This new whatever came out.
It's also called, you're probably paying for a lot more on your own. You got a house coming up and this, that, and the other thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Adulthood has definitely
exactly.
put it
You don't have as much disposable bullshit income sitting out there.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% true. So, just to wrap this one up, Grand Arena Championships coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes very soon. If you want to play it, play it. If you want to be the top of it, pay it. And that's how it's going to go.
Exactly. That's a great rhyme. That honestly should be the slogan for the game. I mean, as soon as you open it, that's what it should say.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff. All right.
I like it.
Next up.
Okay, so moving on in Star Wars news land, we got some tidbits for you Star Wars Galaxy's Edge people. And that's the fact coming up here in June that Galaxy's Edge, at least the Anaheim location, is going to start going reservation-less. So if you've been in the know on Galaxy's Edge, basically from opening day until the 24th, you had to apply for a reservation lottery to get in. And you were only allowed to be in for, I believe, 3 to 4 hours tops?
Yeah, it was a 4-hour maximum.
And they were going to throw you out. But essentially, now, on June 24th, at least at Galaxy's Edge Anaheim, reservations will be going away. That might sound awesome. I would throw out a cautionary warning to everyone. I think this really just means instead of only having 3 to 5 hours in the park with a reservation, you're probably going to be spending 3 to 5 hours in the park per line.
Yeah, if you've ever been to Disney World, especially at like peak time, so I'm talking summer, like early summer.
Yeah, just peak season, but we're talking brand new attraction, Star Wars.
Exactly. So just double everything. And you can
triple it.
You can guarantee, I mean, basically what you're going to have to do is if you're going to Disney for, say you're going for a 5-day trip, you're going to have to spend 2 full days in Galaxy's Edge to try to hit the stuff that you want to do. Like the lightsaber.
The best part is, Nick, I didn't know this. They don't even have the fucking Resistance ride running.
Oh, they don't have it at Anaheim yet? Holy shit.
No.
Wow. I mean, they probably just have like this.
I think the Falcon ride's
the
going,
Falcon
but
ride's
I'm
up, yeah.
almost positive the Resistance ride is not open yet.
Yeah, the Falcon ride is up because I saw people posting about that on Twitter. I didn't see it. I mean, it's interesting that you say that because I didn't see anything about the Resistance ride.
Dude, it ain't running. Like that, all these people going early, they don't even get a crack at the Resistance ride, which is 25 minutes long.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a full like ride.
That's ridiculous. I've never been on a fucking ride that lasts longer than 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you go to Disney, you kind of there are things that are like that. There are these extended rides. So like when you go to Disney World in Orlando, you have Spaceship Earth, which is like a long form ride through Epcot's big golf ball. That's about a 20 to 25 minute ride. If you do Mission Space, which is the Gravitron ride in Epcot, that's also around 10 minutes or so. So there's some long form stuff, but like basically all I've seen is I've seen people showing off merch. I've seen people showing off the custom built lightsabers, and I've seen people talking about Millennium Falcon. So
yeah, I mean, it still seems like everyone's just fucking going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here.
Yeah.
And I get it. But I'm still someone going, okay, I understand how crowded it's going to be. I understand there's one of the major attractions is dead. So I don't quite feel as bad as I thought I would feel knowing that I'm not there yet.
Yeah. I mean, I can't
I'm going to feel
wait.
awful when your dead ass gets there and gets to do everything.
I know. I can't because I'm going at the
And you're sitting
end.
there rubbing it in my face.
I'm going at the end of so my trip dates are November 16th to November 23rd. So we're getting there right before Thanksgiving. And we're leaving.
We're almost gonna have to force you to do a live remote. Like you're gonna almost just have to cast live from the park.
Just like do a what you call like Facebook
like just
Live.
record clips and I'll fucking throw them up.
Yeah. So I'll try to get something like that up, which I think it'll be doable. But the thing that I like about when I'm going is one.
You're going to the Florida one.
Yeah,
though,
I'm going to the Florida one,
which hopefully is fully open by then.
I would imagine so. It should probably
because I think they go live end of August.
Yeah. So I imagine if you give it 2 months, it should be pretty much fully open, unless they're holding off on opening the Resistance ride until around the release of Rise of Skywalker.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of caught off guard that they're like, oh yeah, this whole ride's not even open. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, maybe
half the fucking park, honestly.
Yeah, that
in terms of rides or attractions.
Maybe they're just waiting for a certain time before Rise of Skywalker, and then they open it for both parks at the same time, or maybe it just wasn't open. They didn't want to open it up to like all these these reservation style guests. You know, they were waiting for the full official grand opening. But yeah, dude. I mean, I know what things that I want to do when I get in there. Like I want 100%, like it's going to be hard for me to not make 2 custom lightsabers. These are $200 piece things. I want to do that. I want to ride the Millennium Falcon, and then I just want to I want to walk around. Like I want to see everything. I want to see as much as I can. And apparently you can download an app on your phone that can help you interact with different areas of the park. There's just too much to do, and I know that I'm going to be there for a week, and at this point for me, Disney, I'm an old hat at Disney, so I can do things. I know what I want to do. I can get done with it fast, which gives me more time to spend in Galaxy's Edge. So I'm glad that probably by the time I'm going in Florida, it will be reservationless again for that side. And hopefully Resistance will be up, because I'm more than willing to spend an entire day or 2 fully in Galaxy's Edge.
No, I mean, dude. I mean, I'm ready to spend a fucking week.
Yeah, it's so. Yeah.
I just want I mean, I feel like this point, it's just in my dreams that there's supposed to be themed hotels too.
There is, but I don't know when that's opening.
When's that shit coming?
There is. It's a fully themed starship.
Yeah,
hotel.
man.
Starship
From what I saw,
hotel.
it's you're on a fucking starship, basically.
Yeah, so it's still being built, but the entrance of it is actually that hotel exits right into Galaxy's Edge from what I've seen too. So,
well, not at, dude. I'm telling you, not at Florida, because that's why they put that gondola in. I was telling you about when I went in March.
Yeah, Yeah.
I mean, there's like a whole new ski lift system to get people's asses right to fucking Universal. Or whatever the fuck
right
it
to
is.
Galaxy's Edge.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it's in the butt ass of Hollywood Studios or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios is the park that holds it in Florida. So, I mean, reservation list is a big step, but I'm going to tell, like, I think you hit the nail on the head, Matt, that this is really going to be a fucking long-ass line
shit show.
Everywhere. Like, unless you just want to wander around and, like, take pictures and see stuff, like, there's going to be long lines for everything. And the thing is
I mean, unless you're someone like my sister that lives an hour away, or if you're in California, you live an hour away. No, someone like me, I'm going here when I know I can stay in the fucking hotel and I can get into the park and spend as much time as I want to in everything I want to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be nice. I'm really excited to go in November, but I know it's going to be like, even with me going in like quote unquote off season, like the middle of November, which is still like kids aren't off of school yet for Thanksgiving quite. And, you know, there's a lot of just kind of, you know, stuff going on. So like people really aren't on vacation at that time.
No,
it's
you're
still
right.
going to be crowded.
That's smart. I mean, it's like you should almost just go the third week of January or something.
No, yeah. I mean, like if you want to go just to go, like if you don't care, like the best time to go is basically like the middle of September. Like middle of September is really good because that's right when kids go back to school. If you wait till after your Labor Day holiday, the first week of September, go like the second and third week of September. Everybody.
Yeah, you're right. Probably up through mid-November.
Yeah. Because then
maybe a week in December, take off the holidays because that's travel time. And then, like I said, January, wait till the new year, and then probably all the way through February. But then once you hit March, you're into spring break shit.
Exactly. Like that's really your sweet spot. And you can you're
probably safe going again in April, but then by May, it's lights out.
Because you know, people do their senior graduation trips to Disney. Like I did that with my friends our high school senior year. Like we got out.
So that's probably May. Yeah, as we're heading down,
and we were all in Disney World. So, but yeah, if you're looking for like the off period, it's right in that sweet spot in September, like mid-September.
And if you're not like Nick, where his family owns half the property, you're gonna want to save yourself probably $3,000 to $5,000.
Definitely.
If you want to do it right, that is.
Yeah. If you don't want to,
you want to do it on the cheap, you can probably do it on the cheap. And I'm talking like staying off site, driving through the traffic to get in.
Yeah, but if you want to stay on grounds, if you want to stay close to the parks, if you want to have the park hoppers where you don't have to. You know, where you're not stuck going to one park a day, which I think is you know, the park hopper is the way to go because you can go to like as many parks as you want to in one day. Then you are gonna have to spend a little bit more money. So it's worth it though. It's worth it. There's a ton of great shit in Disney World, even outside of Star Wars. I mean, Matt, for you with a 3-year-old and you know, who's into Disney. It's going to be like, she's going to want to do everything. She's going to want to see everything, stop and take pictures with the characters. And then obviously for you.
The funny thing is, I mean, we were there in March. She was almost 3. I don't know if we just didn't come across enough characters, but she didn't give a fuck. I mean, her favorite thing was watching that 12-minute Star Wars live show.
Yeah. You just have a special gem of a character.
But even when, you know, Phasma marched the troopers out, she was like, "Give me the fuck away! I don't want to be close to this shit. This shit freaks me out."
Yeah, I think like it takes a little while. Like some kids take to it super early in like super young,
right?
And then some kids don't really get into it till they're like 5, 6 when they can say like, "Oh my god!"
I mean that's like, kind of where I've been. I'm going. I know she's a huge Star Wars fan. Is it worth doing it now? Probably not.
Yeah, I would wait.
I mean, I'm 38 and I think the earliest memory I can hit at this point is they're like flashes of me being in kindergarten at 5.
Yeah, like you can't
anything before 5. Fuck off.
I can't remember
no
anything from when I was 3 years old.
Right, you might get a flash, but it's a flash, and you have no clue at what time in your life that took place. Basically, what I'm trying to say is most of my childhood's deleted at this point.
Yeah, it's all undone by alcohol and
Gone.
weed.
Like just got moved from the gray matter into the fucking recycle bin.
Yeah. So save those memories for your kids. Make sure you're getting your Galaxy's Edge in soon. If you live in California, June 24th is when you can hit it without
What'd you
reservations.
think about the food crawl trailer that they kind of lumped into this announcement?
I mean, the food crawl thing, I think that this is, if you're going to do a food crawl anywhere in Disney, it would definitely be Galaxy's Edge because there's so much cool shit in there.
I mean, this is, and I've only been there once, so, I mean, you can speak more too, but, I mean, this is the themiest of theme parks I think Disney has.
No, yeah. I mean, you're 100%
I mean,
right.
You got everyone working there is essentially in character working off of a freewheeling script.
Yeah.
I mean, they just roll with it. I mean, it's fucking ad-lib as ad-lib gets.
Yeah.
All the food is fucking themed off of the galaxy. The drinks are in special cans to mimic the galaxy. It's like, come on.
Yeah. There's nothing like this at Disney for sure.
Get some fucking Ronto wraps, blue milk, green milk. It's
like
all
the
there.
Coca-Cola
They're cooking
cans.
shit with pod racer engines, for Christ's sake.
I know, like everything about this is so unique, and that's what's different about it is like you can go to specific spots in Disney and Universal, and like people will be in character, and like they'll have, you know, if
you might get a cup with some characters on it, like a graphic.
You know, if you go to
here, you can get a fucking mouse droid with colored popcorn in it.
It's just everything about this is so immersive, and that's what makes it so cool.
What the fuck?
So I like the pub crawl, the food crawl thing. The only other thing that's like that in Disney is they have every year they have a food and wine festival in Epcot, so you can do that. But then also, if you're going,
look at the goddamn drinks, dude. Look at that porg mug. There's a drink with a fucking sandwich on top of it.
Yeah, that's like.
I mean, it'd be worth spending a day just to do this,
dude. It's the blue bantha.
Look at this cup. It's like a wooden etching of the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, that one's the Yub Nub, dude. It's called the Yub Nub. Well done.
Oh my god.
The fuzzy tauntaun, the Bespin Fizz.
What's the smoking one called? It's like red with fucking smoke
yep,
coming
that's
off
the
of it.
Bespin Fizz.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sign me up.
Yeah, dude. This shit is amazing. But I did hear
okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous.
So
fuck Nick.
Fuck
Nick.
One thing that I heard on Twitter, I can't confirm this. I don't know if this is real, but I saw this passing around Twitter recently, and I think according to some, so this Twitter post that's in the post that's linked in the podcast post uses the word younglings. This was released on June 4th. From what I've heard, they've already told people to stop using the word younglings in the park. And here's why. The only
I'm glad you're bringing this up because this is like this is the type of shit where I just and you know I lean left, pretty blue.
Yeah.
This type of stuff, I'm like, well, no wonder conservatives think most liberals are morons.
Yeah. So it is pretty ridiculous, and I don't agree with it at all. So they've told the cast, I don't know if it's true. They've told the cast to stop using.
Dude, it was in Newsweek. I mean,
okay.
Ryan the intern sent me this story.
Yeah, so it is true. I just saw it milling around Twitter, but they still told the cast to stop saying younglings because the only mention of the word younglings in any of the movies is when Obi-Wan mentions that Anakin was killing younglings. So
see, I think that's bullshit though, because I'm pretty sure Yoda says younglings in Attack.
He
of the
does.
Clones.
He says younglings, like gathering up all the kids as they're looking over the star map. Like when that one kid says somebody deleted the planet from the archive. Like that was when like he said younglings there, and like, but I don't agree with it at all. Like I get it. Yes, Anakin Skywalker killed younglings during his turn to Darth Vader, but like that term was used as it was an honor to be a Jedi youngling. Like you're being trained to be one of the best, warriors, peacekeepers in the galaxy. Like I don't think that they should remove it, honestly. And look, I know that people are super sensitive nowadays, and like, oh my God, all they can remember is Obi-Wan saying killing younglings in episode 3, but that's an essential part of Star Wars lore that I don't think you need to get rid of.
Let's be real. Whoever the fuck brought that up is a loser.
Yeah, like...
Okay? Their kids are going to be losers. They're losers. Let's worry about important stuff in life.
Yeah. And like...
let's not worry about using the term fucking younglings in a Star Wars theme park. I mean, really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So...
No wonder liberals get zero respect. No wonder.
Yeah, we oftentimes pick questionable hills to plant flags on.
If these are the fights you want to fight, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's completely dumb. But
this ain't my type of fucking fight.
Anyway, Galaxy's Edge is going to be dope. It's ready for you all in California on June 24th. August 29th is when it will open up in Florida. So, one more topic we got to get into before we move into our top 5 Instagram picks of the week. And it's not huge. This week, obviously, has been a bit of a down week in terms of news. We do have reveal coming up for Jedi Fallen Order this weekend at E3. But we record on Friday, so we don't have it yet. But we will get to you guys probably in our Tuesday special topics cast.
Dude, I'm glad you... I mean, that's kind of a bummer. There's some major shit going on with some Star Wars video games coming up here this weekend, but clearly recording on a Friday, we're going to miss it all. Yeah. But I have a feeling Nick and I are going to have a special cast for you on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
well, it'll be Wednesday, so the day after you're listening to this, if you're a loyal fan and listen to our shit the day they come out.
Yeah. So just get ready. Get ready because
I mean, we got a huge Fallen Order reveal coming up Saturday. Hopefully I can get Nick to cover that one. Then we're going to get another one Sunday that I'll cover. So by Tuesday, when we do our special topics, I think it's going to be full-on Fallen Order.
Yeah, it should be very, very interesting. So this last piece we have before we move in the top 5 is a new look at Kylo Ren's helmet and almost like the full Kylo Ren body model from The Rise of Skywalker. So there was a Twitter user out there, her handle or his handle, I can't tell. It's all in Japanese. It's at TRCoot on Twitter, but they were at...
Yeah, I mean, it's Shichi Roko Kuju.
How do you know that?
I just made that up.
Okay, I was going to say,
Japanese when I was in 8th grade, then I moved to Ohio, and they're fucking farmers, so they didn't have Japanese, but I can still count. Ichi ni san shi go ruku shichi hachi kuju.
That's
juichi juni jusan jushi jugo juruku juhachi.
That's impressive.
See?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's one of the most beautiful languages we have on the planet. I mean, the Eastern cultures and their language coupled with their symbols to make up their alphabet, it's pure art. I love Asian people.
Yeah, I wish that I could. I actually downloaded an app at one time to teach myself Japanese, and
it's a beautiful language, but it's one of the most difficult to learn because there's essentially multiple alphabets, the calligraphy alphabet, this alphabet, that alphabet.
Yeah.
And then all the qualifiers for this. I mean, I don't remember much. I mean, konnichiwa, haiku desu ka? I mean, it was fantastic. But I moved to a farm town, and there goes Japanese.
Yeah, not available anymore. Anyway,
nope.
This person was at the Licensing Expo 2019, so this year, and basically what that is it shows you all the new licenses, all the new toys, all the new posters, anything that you could see for like
it's
big
weird,
brand
like
licensing things.
I guess technically Disney does own The Simpsons now.
Disney owns The Simpsons. Disney owns National Geographic. So, like, essentially, if you go to this post, and it's going to be linked in the podcast post like usual.
It just hit me now that they own The Simpsons.
Yep. They bought Fox, and they own The Simpsons. So
I mean, pretty much the only thing they didn't get in the Fox deal was Fox News.
And they didn't want that. So
I mean, to me, that's the biggest travesty.
Yeah, like, they should have bought it and then just
buy it and shut it down.
Yeah, just blow it up. But... So this image is showing all of Disney's properties, and when you look at the Star Wars image, it's showing Kylo Ren, clearly Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren, because you can see his helmet, and you can see a lot of the work, a lot of the damage to it.
There's a part of me starting to question this now. Like, what are we doing here, Kylo?
Yeah, like
look how fucked up the helmet looks.
I mean,
what are we doing, bro? Just make a new one.
Yeah, just get a new helmet. But like, if you,
what are you cheap ass too? I mean, we know you're angry, but really?
Yeah. I mean, if you,
I mean, there's like a fucking dent in it.
Yeah, there's a dent in the helmet. If you zoom in,
the metal doesn't line up anymore around the eyes. I mean,
no, it's completely fucking broken. Like, there are pieces of it that looks like it was burned somehow, because like it's completely jacked
whatever
up.
red goo they used, their red super glue. It's weird. It's like if a kid took their high school science fair project and smashed it, then they're like, oh fuck, I still need to get a grade. Let me glue it back into something that resembled the original creation.
Yeah,
I don't quite understand this. I'm not gonna say I hate it, because I want to see why it exists.
Yeah.
Like, what is the narrative decision that JJ made that this needs to be?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, in what is the significance? Like, in TLJ, we saw Kylo operate completely helmetless for almost all the movie.
I mean, he and it does look like he took a helmet that he smashed flat and rebuilt it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, like, why? Why does he feel like he had to rebuild that helmet? Is it a coup against Snoke mocking him? Does he really just feel like that is his identity and he has to have that? That makes him the evil side, that allows his dark side to trump the light? I don't know. It's like, why not remake Vader's helmet at this point then?
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of an interesting choice for him to do that. But, I mean, it looks cool though. I mean, like, if you look at it, yeah, it's definitely fucked up, but like, you know, the red glue that's used or the red adhesive that's used obviously makes it pop and gives it a lot of flair. The damage reflects the damage within himself, in my opinion. Like, you know, when we saw him in The Force Awakens, he has this fresh new helmet.
Look at you getting fucking literary right here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to pull something out, but
symbolism, my friend.
So
look at this guy.
You know, beneath
are those metaphors? I mean, what are we talking about?
We're going deep into the psyche of Kylo Ren here. So I think that's what it could be. It's a reflection of his inner self. Because in The Force Awakens, it was a fresh mask. He pulled it off, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is like a child. This fresh-faced kid, long hair. You know, he looks like he just walked out of a high school classroom." And now we've seen Kylo with no mask on already from the promotional images for Rise of Skywalker. The scarring on the mask and the state that the mask is in reflects the state that the man is in. So,
yeah, that's a good call. I mean, that's like a highfalutin call. That's an educated man call, but it's a good call.
Yeah. So I'm into it. There's really not a lot more detail that we can pull out of this image. He's still rocking the sash as he usually does in his outfit. He's got his crossguard lightsaber ignited. He's got the cape that we saw him rocking in TLJ as well. It looks like there might be a hood on this cape as well. It's kind of hard to see because the image isn't like, it's not like a super high quality image. Somebody just
Nick, I still believe it's his TLJ cape.
Yeah.
I don't think he's back to the raggedy ass Kylo Ren shit from TFA, which honestly I love.
Yeah. So
I was a much bigger fan of TFA Kylo garb than TLJ Kylo.
Yeah.
Although when he whipped his tits out, I did like
the shirtless Kylo. That was solid.
Some of those man titties.
but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good image. Again, there's
Pete,
not a
no
lot
one's gonna fucking pet you, so sit down. Sorry, Nick. He's like just like an inch from my face.
He's trying to get some quality time with his dad.
I know what he's trying to do, and he can go fuck himself.
But I'm a big fan of the helmet. I'm a big fan of Kylo Ren in general. So not much more we can pull out of this image because it is just a one shot that's essentially in a fight. It's in this picture of Kylo is alongside 5 other images of all of the other Disney licenses that they own. So you're only getting a very limited look at it. But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see when he wears the helmet in The Rise of Skywalker. Does he always rock it? Does he only rock it when he's in an official First Order capacity? Or,
well, I mean, even from the trailer, we know. I mean, we saw him when he's in the woods, potentially slashing Knights of Ren. He doesn't have it. When he's in the cockpit of his modified TIE, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I feel like he.
But then we see him building it, so like there is definitely some intrigue around this helmet thing.
Yeah, so a lot to still find out here, and for right now, though, all we know is that it's going to be rebuilt. It could be like an end of movie, trying to really dedicate himself to the dark side one final time. Like this is his last hurrah. Like I need to rebuild this to really immerse myself. Like you said, like this is what gives me my darkness.
Well, I mean, we know he's always looking for excuses to not embrace his light side.
It's true. And we know how much he relies on the helmet of his grandfather.
Right.
Like
all this stuff, they're all devices to allow him to escape into the the vision he has that he thinks he should be.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but that's Kylo for us. I mean, the character doesn't make sense, but typically the antagonists or people struggling with great power and responsibility, sometimes they don't make sense.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of them.
So a cool look here, but not too much to talk about. We'll definitely.
I still
have to
can't believe I'm not leaving for E3 this weekend.
It is like an odd thing.
I know that's like completely random here, people, but I mean I've covered E3 as media for the past 8 years, and this is the first time I'm not going, and I'm good with it. But I'm also sitting here going like, fuck, I know for a fact I'd be playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Sunday.
On the floor.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
You take it to the bank.
Yeah.
If I was going to E3, and you're listening to this now, this past Sunday, I would have already played Jedi Fallen Order. Guaranteed. I would have played it with drinks, free drinks, and free appetizers. Fuck. It's the worst.
Next time.
This is how it goes, people. Those of you that always watch the Xbox briefing, so if you're media, you go and watch that, and then after that, for 2 hours, you get to go down on the stage when everyone's gone, and they basically throw a party for you.
Nice.
And you get to play all the games they just showed off, and they ply you with free booze and food.
Well, next year, if we are going to get another Star Wars game, then you might have to swing back out.
That's never going to happen.
No. Well,
at the rate EA's going, I mean, shit.
Yeah. I mean, EA
we'll be lucky to get another one in 3 years, and it'll probably be Fallen Order 2.
EA might not even have the license by the end of next year, for all we know.
Star Wars Jedi : loot boxes.
Yeah. Get ready to open the wallet.
All right, so sorry, that's a slight little tangent. I pulled up my Hootsuite, seeing all my streams coming, and everyone's like, "Oh, E3, I'm leaving, flying away." I'm like, man, it's weird. I'm kind of glad I'm not going because I got to go on an awesome family vacation, but I'm also a big FOMO guy, and I'm a guy of routine. It's just strange to know that come June, 8, 9, 10, I'm not getting ready to go on a plane to go out to LA.
Yeah, it's a different feeling for sure.
It's literally, like I said, 8 years. That's been my schedule. So whatever. All right, man. Moving on to my personal favorite segment that we do here on the Star Wars Time Show, and that is the top 5 Star Wars artist features of the week. So if you're new to this, on Instagram, I make it a kind of daily mission of mine to share at least 4 images from various Star Wars artists, and that could be toy photography, illustrations, customizations, you name it. If I think it's art and it's Star Wars related, I'm going to share it. And then what my buddy Nick does is every Friday he goes through, the 10, 20, 30, 40 shots that I've shared, and he picks his top 5, and that's what we talk about during the top 5 segment on our Friday show. So this is the first time I have not previewed Nick's top 5 before we started talking. So just like you people, all these are going to be a surprise to me, and I am excited. So Nick, go ahead and kick us off.
Kicking off the top 5 this week is a newcomer.
Oh, look at that one.
Number
Yes.
1.
That is a winner for sure.
Oh yeah, this was fantastic. When I saw this, I was like, this is definitely top 5 material, no questions asked. This is from Intergalactic _Raptor on
a great handle.
It is.
We typically also feature great handles, too.
Yeah, this is one of the top-notch handles. I mean, there's a lot of good ones.
I feel like at one point in time, though, it was Intergalactic Raptor Pants. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Like, I'm not just making that up.
Okay. Maybe he made a...
Hey, whatever. Intergalactic Raptor.
Maybe he made a change.
Raptor, as in Toronto Raptors. I hope they're winning right now.
Yeah, the raptor dinosaur from Jurassic Park. So the shot that we see here is it's a flyover shot. It's a flyover shot of the Millennium Falcon, and it looks like, if you look at the way that this shot is set up, which is really cool, it looks like it could be flying over Acto or another type of really lush environment.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, the only thing that would be like, it's probably not Acto, it's the shield array. I mean, he's got the dish on there. This is pre-Lando fucking it up, Falcon.
Yeah, so this is pre Return of the Jedi Falcon, but it's just a cool looking shot because
I love it.
I believe that this ship is flying. This is why I like it, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't see any, there's nothing that makes me believe that this ship isn't flying.
There's a shadow. Look, see the shadow?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I mean, dude, it's like, as I put in my caption before the artist caption, this is a term we use in toy photography. This is an extra crispy looking shot.
It is.
It's just crispy looking. I can't really explain why we say that, but when you look at the shot, it will make sense. This is a crispy shot.
It's fantastic, and I love it. You even got at the very back of the Falcon where the engines are. You have the blue glow coming off.
You got some engine glow going on there. I mean, it's I would believe this is probably a Hot Wheels Falcon, maybe.
Oh wow,
Nick, I would imagine, and maybe if Intergalactic Raptor's listening, like other people do, he could clarify here. I'd imagine this is a toy you could fit in the palm of your hand.
That's impressive. Wow. Holy shit.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a Hot Wheels.
That's so fucking cool that this toy is that small and looks so amazing like this. So.
And that's why it's a winner shot. I mean, this is definitely one of my favorites of the week. And this is one, Nick, like I've explained to you. So every day, first thing I do when I wake up, this is what I do. I go through the routine. And by the way, it sucks now because the Repost app had to change their rules. My God, dude. It's added at least 10 minutes to this process in the morning. I fucking hate you, Repost. Eat some dicks. I kind of forget where I was going, so we'll just move on to the next shot.
Next shot here, I think that this is a really poignant shot. So what we have is a shot from Remember the Clone Troopers, remember _the_clone_troopers.
Oh yeah, this is money. This is almost I need to hang this. I'm not gonna say almost. Yeah, I would hang this.
Yeah, I would hang this shot up on my wall for sure. So it's a shot of Leia and Vader, but the way that it's set up is you only see Leia's arm coming into the shot, and Vader is on his knees. His hands are kind of,
Well, I think it's Padme.
You think it's Padme? Okay. Interesting. I thought it was Leia. And the way that I was looking at it is that it was Leia. In my head, this was what would have happened like if Leia was in the position that Luke was at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Okay, well, I led you wrong here because for some reason I didn't bring in the artist caption. It's definitely Padme.
Oh, okay. So okay, gotcha. So that calls out Padme. Different scenario, but I'll give you my initial thoughts.
But you're not wrong. That's more than likely a Leia figure.
Okay. Nice. But it's super poignant. So you see Vader, he's there on his knees, kind of reaching out to Padme in the
shot.
Got
his helmet off, but mask is on.
Yeah, the mask is on. The proper helmet part of it. You
got kind of a dreamy atmosphere going here.
Yeah, it's like he realizes what he's lost. It's almost like this is the ghost of Padme reaching towards him.
Nick, that's exactly what it is, I believe.
So
this is almost like a vision he's having of Padme reaching out and kind of touching his mask, essentially going like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this, Anakin?
Yeah. So
you need to. I fucked it. I don't know how I fucked this up.
I mean, it is a super
you
long
need
caption.
to, if you're listening, when you look at the post, Nick always kind of links to this. Go to Remember the Clone Troopers post of this, and because he's someone that kind of takes the caption game to the next level, where he pretty much tells a story.
Yeah.
For the shot, I mean, there's like a paragraph to read here. And it just really complements the photography. But it's as Nick said, it's Padme reaching out to Vader in a dream, or Vader's dreaming, and she's essentially lamenting what has come of the man she loved.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful, very poignant shot.
It's fantastic.
And yeah, definitely one of the favorites this week. So beautiful job here by Remember the Clone Troopers on Instagram. Next up, we have a trooper shot. I love trooper shots, and this is from K00 Lectables.
Cool Lectables.
And it's recon troopers going through, and this is, so the one in the back is
Rex.
Rex, yes.
You got Rex in the back, Wolf in the front.
Okay, yes. I thought it was Wolf in the front and then Rex in the back. Flipped it. I'm not really good at the name Clone Troopers from Clone Wars. Like Matt that's their specialty. But anyway,
we'll get him there. It basically just means Nick needs to rewatch the Clone Wars before the Clone Wars return.
I really do. Like I need to immerse
They definitely
myself in
spend a lot of time trying to develop. Just from Swago, my friend, you know it. I mean, you got Echo, you got Fives, Wolf.
Yep, right. Cody, like I know Cody.
Rex,
I know, oh man, I can pick up sometimes, and then like Rex is the one that you see the most in Clone Wars, from what I can remember too. Like he was the one who was the closest to Anakin. He's
coming back in Clone Wars Returns. He made it all the way to Rebels, and if you watch Rebels, he's also in Return of the Jedi.
He's the old man guy. at the
he's the old guy with the beard.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that. I love that they did that.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good move there by Lucasfilm. So this shot we see here is Rex and Wolf, and they're working their way through a snowy forest on what looks like a recon mission. The original caption was reconnaissance that I waste too much powder on this shot.
I love that. So, I mean, this is all practical. If you're looking at it again, like Nick said, you got Wolf and Rex. Great poses, by the way, action poses. Wolf's kind of holding his gun, looking down, like sweeping an area. Rex has one of his pistols up. All right, he's like basically like, bring it, motherfucker, clankers. I'll take you out. But this is practical effects. So, I mean, I assume he's got some tree twigs down here to simulate trees for the figures. And then, as Nick said, he literally, did I waste too much powder in the shot? So he's probably using, I'd say, baking soda, flour, or, Gold Bond, something like that to simulate snow. And it all turned out masterfully. I mean, he's got the atmosphere, he's got the pose, he's got the crispiness. It's just, even the tone, like this kind of blue, cold tone.
Oh, yeah.
Is perfect for this shot.
Oh, yeah. The cold, like, you feel cold when you look at the shot. Like, the powder that he used, whatever one he did, it looks like snow on these figures. It looks like snow on the ground. Even I don't know if this was just like some post-processing, but it looks like snow is falling in the image as well.
No, dude, I'm telling you, he probably had a, what are they called? A strainer.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Fine strainer, put the powder in, and just shook it over top of it. That's how you get that.
That's incredible.
That's legit. I'm telling you right now, this is all practical. Like, that stuff falling on them is powder being shaken from a sieve, a strainer, whatever, grater.
Yeah. That's awesome shit.
It's just like, I mean, I've done rain shots before. I use basically what someone would use as a spray bottle for their hair.
Okay, yeah.
You just spray it, and if your shutter speed is fast enough, you can capture it as it's falling to make it look like it's rain.
That's pretty.
Same concept here with the powder.
That's pretty fucking awesome. Okay,
and really, when we get the next shot, it's the same concept here, even with the fire stuff. It's all about when you want to kind of freeze frame these fast motion background elements, you got to go high shutter speed.
Yeah. So good shot here by Cool Lectables. K00 Lectables on Instagram.
Yeah, you got the Hondo in there. All right.
Yeah. So the
yes.
the next shot.
Yes, Nick.
The next shot
Nick
here.
totally like. I almost feel like our force bond has been strengthened this week because he's pretty much picked my 5 favorites so far, and this has never happened.
See, this is where we're getting to now. We've done this a long time.
This is some itchy witchy cat's ass shit going on right here.
There were a lot of good images too. One of them almost switched out. Like there was one by Lego Star Wars Tong again.
Of course, of course, Tong, like that fucking Sunset First Order image.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
my God.
Yeah, like I was close, but I was like, man, I just put like
I know.
the other one in there.
Hey, man, that's how I feel every day when I put them up. I'm like, Jesus, I literally could share every Tong shot possible.
Oh, yeah, the guy is a genius.
But you got to show some restraint sometimes.
Exactly. But this is
those motherfucking. By the way, he clarified those are real ass nature sunsets. This motherfucker.
That's
finds.
Incredible. He must live in a beautiful part.
I
of the
feel
world.
like he lives on the edge of the earth.
Yeah, like he must live in the most beautiful part of the world,
fucking
like,
Antarctica or something.
What the hell? So yeah, I mean that's a side shout out. But our next top 5 member here is
to the biggest dork of them all.
Yeah, Sir Dork. And if you don't know who Sir Dork is, you just go search his name on Instagram. The guy is a toy photography.
He's the guy. I'm telling you right
genius.
now. If you were on Facebook, I believe it probably would have been around. I'm going to do a broad range, but I'd say anywhere from October to December 2018. If you're on Facebook and you came across a post of like some stormtroopers with fireworks behind them, and your family and friends are like, "Oh wow, you like Star Wars? Look how cool this is! Someone does this with Star Wars toys." That's Jared.
Yeah, the guy is.
I mean, his account literally has gone bananas since then. I mean, he's at 41,000 followers. I wish I could get there. It's never going to happen. Good for him, but it's because of shots like this, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, if you scroll through his feed, but if you look at this one in particular, I mean, the way that he captures action within these shots is absolutely fantastic.
It's all practical too.
Yeah, I mean, that is so impressive.
You have a first order flame trooper here with legitimate flames coming out of his gun, not some Photoshop bullshit. Jared usually posts BTS. I didn't see one for this, but I can almost promise you the motherfucker had a blowtorch blowing out of this dude's gun as he's lighting off crackling balls in the background to add that explosion bokeh.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen the guy almost blow his hand off, lighting a fire and then spraying atmosphere aerosol on it, which is essentially if you grew up in the 80s, whenever you could buy canned hairspray, which is essentially a mobile blowtorch.
Yeah, I've done that before.
That's what he did. He's like, "Plah!" It's like it caught the can. He had to throw the can. I mean, the dude risks his life for these shots.
Yeah, and he gets some fucking incredible shots like this one. I mean, everything about it just pops so much. The practical fire with the flame trooper in the front.
Good poses.
Yeah, like even going back to the first order trooper in the back, running away from the clear explosion that's happened. Like, this shot is just so visually captures you visually so easily. I mean, it's fantastic. And I mean, if you go through Jared's feed on Instagram, it's filled with amazing shots like this. I mean, he's been featured in our top 5 before. The guy is, he's an artist.
And let me reveal something to people. Jared is going to be one of the first 2 people to get the first run Star Wars time hat.
There we go.
It's going down. The deal's been done. He's getting a hat. He's not getting a hat because of his work. He's getting his hat because of his work and because of his support of the SWTS.
And that's like, he is a real fan. I mean, I really...
This guy has gone above and beyond, helping us out, promoting us on his massive channel. So this week, I lined it up. He's getting a hat, and I'll just go ahead and put it out there. Everything Kylo's getting a hat too.
There we go. See, man, I can't...
These 2 guys, outside of... I mean, trust me, a lot of you toy photography people that have been listening, you've been fantastic. We're getting interactions on non-photography posts now, which is great. Leaving comments, getting some discourse going. That's what we want. But when it comes down to it, Jared and Jesse, Sir Dork, and Everything Kylo, respectively, have really just taken it to the next level. I mean, this week, Sir Dork literally on his channel put out in the story, like, listen, people, get on this shit. Get with these guys. They're the shit. Jesse's always doing that. So, yeah, these two guys are going to be the first recipients of the limited edition, first run, collector's edition Star Wars time hats that at this point in time only Nick and myself have.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
so that's some pretty special shit.
And we appreciate the support that you guys give us so much.
We spent real money on this shit.
Yeah,
too.
those were not
like out of our pockets.
Not cheap hats. Like those are.
Yeah, these are motherfucking flex fit.
Yeah, those
tip top fitted motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean Matt even got cornered at Celebration asking.
Oh, that was like one of the best. He's like, hey man, where can I get those hats?
It's like.
He's like, I've been seeing them all over. And I said, no, you haven't, but I appreciate you liking it.
Only Star Wars time. True fans and founders
in
have
the end,
this
maybe Nick and I will be at the next celebration selling apparel and not really being Star Wars personalities.
know, right?
But in the end, I don't care.
Yeah, maybe we found
whatever recognition we can get in Star Wars land. That's kind of all I'm looking for these days.
Yeah, maybe we found our
before I get
niche.
too old, I just want someone to say, you know what? That Matt guy, he knows the Star Wars stuff, and he is semi-entertaining, at least for 5 minutes until he starts cussing.
Yeah. Oh, man. So that's a good call out there. A fantastic shot here by Sir Dork.
Hit him up. He's got so many followers, but he needs more. I mean, he's a genuine good dude. He does a lot of great behind-the-scenes stuff for amateurs wanting to learn some of his tricks. It definitely not a wasted follow. So at Sir Dork 730.
Yep, push to 50,000. So he's at 41,000 now. Let's get him a few hundred more at least. Bump the number up. Anyway, last shot of the week.
And while you're at it, bump my number up.
Bump our number up too. At Star Wars
Haywood
Time
Pop,
Show.
at Star Wars.
At Haywood Pop. Don't follow me. I don't use my Instagram.
Dude, Nick, I'm telling you right now, I believe within a year, Star Wars Time Show is going to have more followers than Haywood Pop.
Oh, man.
Because Haywood Pop is literally, at this point, I'm essentially in forever IG algorithm hell. I'm never getting out of it. It doesn't matter.
It's a true spot. It's a true spot.
I could post a shot of my dick and it still wouldn't go
They
anywhere.
wouldn't even flag it. They just leave it up.
Nope, exactly, because no one would see it. That's my point.
All right, last shot. And
here it is. This is probably my favorite of the week.
Everything about this shot is amazing. So this is a shot from Manny Bothans, and Matt, you actually
motherfucking Manny Bothans sacrificed her lives
to get these.
This guy Alonzo.
But you called this shot out. You kind of hinted that something like this may be coming last week. You mentioned that everything Kylo hooked Manny Bothans up with a Galaxy's Edge exclusive figure pack.
Yeah. Not me, not Haywood Pop, but everything Kylo definitely made sure to take care of Manny Bothans.
And from that collector's pack, we get this fantastic shot of the Hondo Ohnaka exclusive Galaxy's Edge with porgs flying around his head.
Yeah.
Explosion clearly coming off of the right side of the screen.
Treasure chest.
It was.
This is the most fucking Hondo Ohnaka shot you could ever create.
Oh yeah, and it's just like the way that the shot is composed perfectly fits the facial expression of Hondo on this figure, and then the caption that he puts on it too. He says, "Don't wait for the opportunity to strike, steal it instead." Again, perfect Hondo.
Vintage. I mean, honestly, that probably comes from a Hondo episode.
Exactly. Like this.
It's so vintage Hondo. It's perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything about the shot's just super fun. Like you said, stealing the treasure chest, the porgs flying in the background, the fucking explosion happening on the side, and then Hondo in an action pose clearly running his blaster on his hip
and smiling as all this chaos is going
exactly
on.
Like that's
the best part.
Yeah, that's the best part of it.
He doesn't even fucking have a blaster in his hand. He's just like, fuck it, get the goods and roll.
Yeah. So I this shot is again so fun because it's just
I even like the faces on the porgs.
Yeah,
like look at the one in the top left. He's all like derped out,
yeah.
like oh.
He's just,
then you got the one in the middle one there. He's like yeah. And the other one on the end, he's like oh shit.
Yeah, he's like
what the fuck's
just
going
like
on
the
here?
3 different levels of emotion from the Porgs. Like
it's almost like the Porgs are feeling the impact of the explosion. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude. So
I love it. I mean, again, this is why I hate that I don't have Hondo. I mean, dude, Hondo to me, he's one of the greatest. I almost have to say expanded U characters out there. I mean, he first showed up in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He's gone on to be in Rebels. He's been in the Freemaker Adventures. He's been in the Forces of Destiny shorts. I mean, this guy, honestly, has been in more shit than Boba Fett.
Yeah, he is definitely taken the mantle as the most popular pirate in Star Wars history.
And I mean, let's not forget, he is the most advanced ever animatronic at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he is essentially the best non-human character that Disney's ever built.
So I mean, this random, I believe he's a Weequay, I think, in terms of race.
Yeah.
Literally, you know, from a random episode in Clone Wars early on, has now become a very prominent secondary character, if not one of the a new probably top 5 favorite amongst fans.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he gets the prime spot in Galaxy's Edge. That's why he's one of these Galaxy's Edge exclusive figures, and I don't think that anybody could have done a shot that is more fitting for Hondo than what Manny Bothans did here.
Oh, I mean, Manny cranked out a few others. They're all titties. It really comes down to everything. Kylo, get your cousin on it. Haywood Pop needs this motherfucker. Okay? I hate talking about myself in the third person, especially using handles, but it is what it is. We've gotten to this point. Got to hook it up. You tell Cuz, send that shit out here.
So that rounds out our top 5 for the week. Fantastic shots all around. Make sure to follow all of these people out there. We have 3 first-timers on this top 5.
I love it. You know what I love, Nick? I love that these people now are starting to get triple-digit likes through us.
Yeah, I know. That's huge.
I love it.
Huge.
I mean, I love that, you know, Manny got an addition. I mean, his personal share of this, I believe, hit 1,000, but I love that we threw him at least 150 other likes.
Yeah. Intergalactic Raptor.
Sir Dork was just today, so it's only at 69. That'll grow.
Yeah.
You know, Cool Collectibles almost hit 100. Remember the Clones almost hit 100. So I mean, I do love the growth. I love the interaction we're getting on Instagram. So I mean, obviously, bravo to us. We're awesome for sharing the awesome, but you guys are awesome too for letting us know that we're awesome.
Yeah. So good stuff.
That's how we roll, right?
Yeah.
You know,
that wraps up our show.
Get with it, people. On Friday nights, Matt's going to be a little more narcissistic than usual.
Yeah. Matt's got.
And I will refer to myself in the third person, but that's also because I've probably had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe 6.
Yeah, he's had a gallon of alcohol before he walks onto the set for the Star Wars time
At least
show.
I'm not fucking slurring anymore.
There were
that was definitely an issue. I used to also prepare with other things before a cast.
Medicinal use.
Right.
You know.
But it definitely, I'll never forget. I edited one episode and I was like, okay, this is never happening again.
We're over the edge.
Because I just heard a soundbite of Sean Spicer at some dinner and he was wasted. Talking like, I know that. And that's pretty much how I sound. And it was embarrassing, but whatever. On the Friday show, there's definitely going to be a little more spice to me than you get on the Tuesday special cast. But you just don't know. I mean, I am the Sith. I am unstable. I'm out of control. That's how it is. But we've made it to the end of the show, my friends. We've covered all the topics promised in the intro. So it's time for us to bid you farewell. But not for long. Like I said, we will be back. In terms of you listening to it, next Wednesday, we're going to have a special cast on all things E3 Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order. But before then, just make sure if you're listening new or if you've been listening, you don't know what you're doing, go to StarWarsTime.net. From there, you can subscribe to the podcast on all the platforms. And I mean all capital ALL platforms. We're on all of them. I honestly don't know what other platform you could want to consume the podcast. If you like looking at the visuals as we talk about them, you can follow us on YouTube. That's also on StarWarsTime.net. Or you can just pull up the post on StarWarsTime.net as you're listening to the raw audio. But when it comes down to it, people, we love you, and we just need you to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review. I can't tell you how far that goes for us. It helps us immensely. It's essentially the same as giving us a reach around. Okay? You got it? Help us out. Until next time, may the Force be with you, always.